What up, guys? Just getting a few things set up, guys, and we will get to it here. What's up, Hims? How are you doing tonight? We're doing good. I didn't get to trade today. We had to take care of pet stuff. We were having our dog's teeth cleaned, so I had to drop her off like early this morning and go kind of pick her up by midday. So it made it really hard to kind of fit in trading. So we took a couple eval trades, but we didn't really take any funded trades today. If I can't trade the morning, we just prefer to stay away from the funded accounts. Or I try to only trade funded on streams because it keeps me more grounded, where I don't do too much stupid stuff, where I would do too much more stupid stuff if I was trading by myself. Because when you're streaming, you kind of have to keep yourself, honest, because you don't need to be jacking up your accounts. Then be like, yeah, we jacked that one up bad. so we mainly just try to trade fundeds on the stream. Kind of looks like to me that we might be. I feel like we're trying to fill in this big old 5 minute fair value gap here down to the yellow line here at the 10. Might get a little dump here at the opening. I don't know if it's just going to kind of consolidate here. We're kind of building up 5 minute trend line here. So it looks like to me, it looks like a good chance for us to push down. But then overall, the market looks like we're creating a bigger 5 minute trend line. I mean, look, 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg. So you got like 4 nice legs back up to the upside. Let me take a look at TradingView and see where the highs and lows are from the previous markets. So right now, kind of looks like we're outside of the New York PM session, and that's around the 50 area. So good possibility for that sell-off, because we do have the lows all the way down at 609. So that might be one of those things that we may be running the overnight session. Let me see where the pivots are to the downside. So it looks like your next pivot's going to be 867. First, then the other pivot's back up at 25,100. What time is it here? Got 5 minutes. See if we can get a 25 push here. We got about 3 minutes before the market opens here. I won't let this come back up too deep. So the most that I'm willing to risk is probably $60. Because as right now tonight, we're up about $100. So I'm not going to sit through a bunch of drawdown. I prefer to take my small loss and move on to the next trade. It seems like the last couple of times that I've done that, I get myself in trouble. Kind of shooting for the 25 because I wasn't sure if we would get too much past the 25. If you like to play off those whole numbers, a lot of times we like to hit those whole numbers and kind of bounce. You got 2 minutes before the top of the hour. This top of the hour usually kind of gives us a little bump. And the next pivot's all the way down at 871. All right, so this can be pretty much a free trade. So if it does come back up to 41, even though we're still sitting in the red, it's still a break-even trade. I was trying to get in this right before the top of the hour to see if we can get that little breakout. One minute left, guys. We're also thinking about doing a Luciv giveaway this evening for anybody that's interested in a free Luciv account. All right, 50 seconds left. We're kind of hoping for a blast here. What's up, Victor? How are you doing? It says, do you tend to use NinjaTrader more? Are you talking about just taking trades? Yeah, NinjaTrader is probably about the only thing I do. I do have a few like little level-based indicators that I use on TradingView, like the pivots, the ICT kill zones. I use a midnight candle, kind of that marks out the midnight opening. Just super simple stuff. Let's see here. All right, top of the hour here. So this could push back up to the 50. That's kind of one of those things, or we can pull fib on this and see if we get the 50%. Uh, 50% is sitting around the 38s. if we kind of look at this as a total leg. So if you look at this big candle as one big push down, even though this is a lot of consolidation, you can still consider this one big full leg. So here comes that hour dump that we were talking about, that hourly opening candle. Kind of look, I'm going to shoot for the 15s. I'm not going to get greedy because I know anytime we get down there around the whole number, we can anticipate a bounce. And I feel like the farthest that we could go down is probably 67 if we blast the whole number here. I use definitely NinjaTrader a lot more when it comes to charting and trading. But I don't use anything fancy when it comes to indicators. Mostly everything's all level base. Oh, you're developing drawing tools for the Ninja. Okay. Just a few more points. We're just going to shoot for the 15 level. I don't feel like battling and waiting for all the pullback off the whole numbers. So we're just going to take our 15 points and move on to the next trade. That's if we hit it. That's the only thing about trading this nighttime session. You always got to anticipate pullbacks and bounce backs. It's so hard to go to break even whenever you're trading the nighttime. Yeah, we had a nice little bull line, even though it was ugly, but it was there. So look, there's your low, higher low, another higher low. This could go all the way to the 67. But like I said, I didn't want to battle the 900. So we'll just wait for the next pullback and see if we can get another entry in a little bit. There's your first 900 hit. Like I said, I didn't want to battle the 900. I know anytime you get around that 10 to 5, it'll reject. And if you're looking at pivots, so right now we are outside of this New York PM session and we're below another pivot. We're kind of midway down. So this is why we were saying that we could get a push down into the 67s. I just don't know how much farther I want to risk that. If you kind of look to the left, you can see tons of consolidation in this area that it's probably going to be probably like, well, I want to say overall, I probably spent more money than I made monkey. But to get consistent, I want to say about 2 years. It just takes 2 years of just a lot of just repeat and get through that emotion part where you don't let losses bother you. Because that's probably one of the hardest things I had to overcome was taking losses and getting used to taking losses on funded accounts. That was probably the hardest. Woo, look at that 900 rejection, guys. Like I said, you do not want to fight the 900. You must try to take your profit anytime you're trading into the whole number. And I like to trade whole numbers. I like to trade in between whole numbers. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely short bias down to 867 at the moment. I'm just not sure how much consolidation it would take us to get down through there. But see, overall, we got a really massive 5-minute trend line build up here since going into the previous session. I mean, this is a really massive, big 5-minute trend line that we could pop later tonight. That would mean that we would get kind of back in this New York PM session and run the highs. And I mean, I see that kind of happen a lot. Yeah, I finally got a Lucid funded the other day. I haven't taken any trades on it yet because I passed it Friday. It's my very first Lucid trade funded account. Let's see. See, number one. First Lucid funded, and it was a 25K. So hopefully tomorrow we can find us some trades on it. At least one trade, look to make like $100 at the most. I'm gonna keep it small. You gotta think you only need like 10 trading days of $100. 3 micros, trade 3 micros, look for 10, 15 points in a runner. Nice. SD. Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially if you can consistently pass evals, then start trying to start slowly working on your fundeds. I would definitely, since it's your first eval pass, is maybe gradually just build a little buffer on your funded. That way you don't make that mistake on your first trade and get into the red on the very first trade, then try to revenge trade to get it back into the green. It always helps me to seem like if I build myself a little buffer first. Like I said, guys, we're going to sit on the sidelines for a minute and just kind of wait until we build another little bull flag / bear flag or some kind of pullback where it's like a 50%. So it'll probably take a minute since you always kind of get that first little initial breakout at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. Thank you, Random. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for the support. Thank you for hanging out. We took that early trade tonight because, to me, if you watch the nighttime session a lot, if you take most of your trades on the new candles, usually you get the best movement. So if you can take it at the top of the hour, the 15 minutes, the 30-minute candle, the other 15-minute candle, then the top of the hour, it always seems like the top of the hour does the best. Now, if we trade back up into the 50s and get it back above this here, I will definitely be looking for a long here for myself. But I'm not sure how. Well, let me pull fib on this right here and see what kind of pullback that we're going to get through this. Because if you start losing more than 50%, more than likely we're going to go back above that. Top of the hour, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We always seem to get a little burst. I don't know. If you go back and watch New York session every night, it seems like we'll build like trend line liquidity up where we're just building like a lot of consolidation to the sideways. Then at the top of the hour, you'll get a little burst. So for instance, look at this one. This candle started consolidating at 5:30. So, or 6:30. Look, 6:30, 6:35, 6:40, 6:45, 6:50, 6:55. And look what happened at 6 o'clock. Same thing here. 6:30, 6:35. You can kind of go up. You see the trend? It does this over and over in the nighttime. I mean, you have to be patient and wait from hour to hour, but if you want to wait for the bigger like breakouts, most of the time it'll happen at the top of the hour in the nighttime. From what I've seen from just, trading the nighttime more. So that's why we tried to get in that trade a little earlier. I'm not saying you can't get a trade outside of the top of the hour, at the bottom of the hour. I'm just saying it seems like you get a kind of a little rush of volatility, at that new hourly candle. What is this, gold playing out? Oh man, gold went straight up, guys. For anybody trading gold. Is Methodical Man taking that one? Let me see if Methodical Man's taking that trade. Is he? No, he's got it way down here. He's taking long down here if you're taking gold trades. I think he's probably looking for. Uh-oh. That means we're about to change structure. We're about to break this upside trend line that we could be getting a nice move to the upside. This is that big 5-minute trend line, guys, that we were just talking about. I didn't know it was going to happen this quick. This would be almost a good spot. I'm a long here. I'm only going to do it with 3 micros because we're already up 100 something bucks, 153. So we got a little profit, but I want to wait to see a new candle print and find this as a support back into the 50s. Because you got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles here for us to bounce off of. Just going to have to be patient, wait for it to set up. I'm sorry if I missed y'all's chat over here in the chat, guys. Sometimes I get so focused on my chart. Could you pronounce my ID and let's say... pronounce let's see. Goofy. Okay. Sorry. Saw that message already. Let's see. Nice. Like I said, we're going to probably do a, on our regular YouTube horizontal page, we're probably going to do a giveaway for Luciv in a little while for anybody that trades Luciv. Okay, you just got your first eval today, just learning with friends. Who are you, who'd you buy your eval with, Game in 1244? What's up, John? How are you doing tonight? Guys, we'll have to be patient on this. Apex, okay, nice. This is one of those deals, man. We're just going to have to sit here and just be patient, wait for some kind of like structure build up with some kind of pullback. I don't want to get on the wrong side of a trade tonight. That is the worst, to get on the wrong side in the Asia market. What's up, Candle Dealer? How have you been? Do you have a decent trading session? Most of the time my max stop loss is 20 points. I try not to risk more than 100. Now this is during the New York session. It's a little bit different in this session. I don't know. I'm still, just still kind of feeling the Asia market because it is so much more different to trade, because it's so hard to even go to break even in this market because you constantly never really get good follow through. Most of your trades are push up, pull back, push up, pull back. I mean, you can see it right here. Look, push up, pull back, push up, pull back. Nice. Okay, so you're trading the minis, huh? I'm trading micros. So I usually trade small size because usually if I trade minis, I get myself in trouble. So with all my funded accounts, I'm almost always on micros because minis will get me in trouble. And you can make a lot of money on micros too, if you don't want to over leverage, depending on what size account you're trading with. But most of my accounts are 25 and 50Ks. And like I said, I'll get myself in trouble. I mean, I just got a Bewley paid out just mainly trading micros, and we made what? It took about a little bit, but we still made $3,600 on our just trading micros. Hopefully pretty soon tomorrow we can start trading this tomorrow, Wednesday, after they remove the funds from this. Unfortunately, it's taken 2 weeks because whenever I did the payout thing, I put in the wrong email, so... Yeah, that's how I like to use the micros. I like to go in with a few micros, take a quick points. All right. Do we finally break out of this? Maybe. I want to go long, but I don't want to go too early. I'm trying to be patient, wait for this next 5-minute candle, because I know that 57 is kind of the line in the sand. Oh, you already jumped on, candle? Man, I don't want to jump into, this is where the VWAP is sitting currently. The hitting back and forth. Yeah, it's also the 50 EMA on the Rico candle. As anyone wants to start trading. Yeah, I haven't had the VWAP on my charts in quite a minute. 47, actually 47 could kind of be the... We got 1 minute left on this candle, so we're just going to be patient and wait on the one candle. Less than a minute to go. I'm not going to be looking to make very much on that first set of points. I'm only going to be looking for like $40 for what? Maybe even 20, $30. And I'm going to be looking for us to push up to the previous day close. And that's only if this area right here holds. Because got about 5 seconds, 12 seconds left on this candle. You really need to stay above the 47. 47 should be kind of the line in the sand for the longs. That's the bottom of your PM session. Right there at the New York PM low. So like I said, if I feel like we're going to lose the 47s, I will close my trade. So it means we'll just be in this for a few points. I'll even give it 45 because it could push all the way back down. And I don't want to, like I said, I do not want to sit in a bunch of drawdown. And these are micros, guys. I'm not trading minis. So please don't get yourself in trouble with minis. Like because I'm using very little risk management on my trades. Damn it. Let me pull fib real quick and see if the 50% will hold. Wow, this thing just dumped hard on us. All right, I think the 50% will hold up. I think this is just the initial pullback here. Remember, guys, I'm only trading micros. So please don't you got to use, smart judgment whenever you're following someone with trading micros, cuz I have a little bit more risk tolerant than someone trading minis. Minis, you almost have to be perfect a lot of the times. But I know at the nighttime, you want them no more than the 50% if you got to have a pullback. Just remember that. I'm anticipating us to hit the 30. So this is what we're watching for. If I feel the 30 definitely has to be my line in the sand, guys, because I do not want to sit through a bunch of drawdown. Yes, we did bought at the top. Unfortunately. I still think we're going to be moving higher. Yeah, I was anticipating all this consolidation to hold up whenever I took my long. No, we're in the 5-minute charts. I don't trade on the 1 minutes. I did a long time ago, a while back, but the 1 minutes used to get me in trouble. The 50% held, guys. You gotta pull the fib on these legs. And you can almost anticipate a 50% pullback most of the time on these legs. All right, we'll remove that there. We don't need that now. I'm probably just going to stay at the bottom of this candle here. At 32. Let me. Where's that at? I gotta make sure I watch my TikTok page, guys, because TikTok loves to close my TikTok page if I don't pay attention. They'll say I have like inactivity and they'll close it down. I'm sorry, Greek. It says, what site is that? You don't mind me at? This is Ninja Trader, the charts that we're using, and we're trading on Bulanox accounts, evals. I don't usually trade funded accounts at night. At nighttime, we look for 5 or 10 points. Then we just see if we can get our target on the runner. It just does not want to go tonight, does it? $30 will be my max pullback. That'll be the exact touch on the 50%. This is what I said about nighttime and going to break even. Man, you just cannot go to break even at nighttime. You just have to be patient. Just let it work itself out. For anybody that's new to trading this time of the night. Technically, if you wanted to play this the correct way, your stop loss would have to be down at 904s. But I'm not going to risk that much. That's way too much to me. We're just in it for, like I said, if it breaks the 30, we're going to close this on our runner. What you don't want to see is to break this previous low of this candle. Even though it's pushing down, as long as it doesn't break this low, I think you're probably still good. Because it already broke the high of this candle. So hopefully it'll just stop in here and we can start moving back to the top side. No, come on, hold. You said you're out at the 60 to the tick. Oh, you jumped out at the 60? Yeah, I'll always take my 10 points, man. Just get your points, and this way you can decide how much you want to. If either you can risk your profit with your runner or risk a little bit. Like I said, if we lose the 30s, I'm going to close this trade. Because you can always re-enter if it does move back up. All right, we're about to close this because we lost the 30. That was our runner. So for the longs to stay in effect, if you start losing the 605, that means we're probably going to those 67s. Or what? 860s, 867s? It's not. It's just a low. I'm not looking at anything at the. Oh wait, you said 605s or 905s? Oh. 905s. Oh, nothing. It's just the low of this previous candle. If I was thinking that this is going to be the leg, but sounds like Methodical Man's over there in his trade. Remember, guys, I'm not going to hold trades. Sometimes I've done that in the past, and sometimes I feel like that's kind of bites me in the butt. Sometimes it's just better if you are able to just to take a small loss, move on to the next trade. I'm short bias below 48, that 48, 47 area. That would be my short bias. Below 47, I look for shorts. Above 48, look for longs. Or you can even say 66, 62. There's a pivot sitting there. So you would think since we pull back to retest that previous day pivot at the 60s that we would push down to what, 868, 870 area for your next pivot down. If that's the direction that we're heading in. I think they have a withdrawal dates. Like you just request them. I think is after you meet whatever the trading days. I think you got to have like what 3 100 trading days or 5 100 trading days. I would have to look at that little tab. If you go to their site, is it 5? Okay. XM said it is 5. I haven't looked at the tab. I've just got my first Lusa funded accounts, and we're going to hopefully start trading it tomorrow. But I want to say it's 5 trading 5 trading days or 5 $100 trades. Yeah, I mean, if you're already green tonight and you still want to, if you just say, I like this entry, I want to take it. A lot of times I just downsize to a few micros. I call those like little bonus wins and see if you can add some little winners. So most of the night during this session, I usually just try to get over $100, and we're already over $100. We're actually up 140 at the moment. So we're just trading 3 micros, looking for 5 to 10 points with the runner and whatever the target is. So if I'm trading to the upside, back above 47, back above the 50, 60 area, I'm going to look for the previous day close as my target. To the downside, I'm going to be looking for 870. And that's your next pivot down. Excuse me. Got to keep eye on that page. And the 870, 866 area is a pivot. All right, so this is what we're looking at when we're looking at our levels. When we got back above that 47 area, we were trading back into that PM session. And a lot of times, not 100%, but a lot of times if we start getting over the PM session, we'll start working our way back up. Plus, we had this 5-minute trend line, which the bears held. So basically, it looks like it was just a pullback of this previous leg. I mean, you can look at it in hindsight now. So if you're looking for shorts, you could probably target the 870s down there at this next pivot. That'd be your next pivot to the downside. And you can even look where this went to at that 960. It pulled back up to that previous day pivot. I'm just not sure how long it's going to take us to get through all this consolidation period here where you can just look like we were just whipping back and forth. So it could just be one of these nights that we just kind of chop around for a little while. No, it's not. I prefer to take my trades if I can as close to some kind of like higher time frame. It just seems like anytime I try to take trades in between the higher time frames, and it seems like it just, I don't know, it's not very consistent. I prefer to take it at the top of the hour if I had a choice, or a 30-minute candle, or even a 15-minute candle. So it looks like, time is it? 37. So you still got about, 8 more minutes or 7 more minutes till you get a brand new 15-minute candle. Sounds like a methodical man's in a short over there. I can tell you the last couple times that I've tried to hold trades in the nighttime, it's just been a slow, death grind to the downside. Sorry, I was looking at gold real quick. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. So this is pretty normal. You hit the 90, you bounce back up, hit the 10. So we could pull fib on this 5-minute candle and see how well this 5-minute candle holds up, or even this whole leg. As long as 50% holds, I think I may try the downside to that 67. Remember, guys, most all my trades are on 3 micros. I'm not going to go in super heavy at nighttime because remember the last couple of times I go in heavy, man, it just seems like I get my count wrecked. Come on, pull back. You too, Random. Have a good night, sir. Woo. All right. For the Bears to stay in control, they need to hold the 10 here. You kind of want 25, 27 to be your limit here. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens at the 25 level. Man, what a nice rip back to the top side. What time is it? We got 3 minutes away from the next candle. Do I want to try to close? If it gets back above my original entry, do we close it and try to get a better entry? 10 will be my line in the sand here, guys. We need this 10 level to kind of hold up. Oh, you got to be kidding me. $30 left on a new candle. Dude, did we just buy the bottom again? Oh, my goodness. Ooh. No, it just literally just ticked me. Come on, that was dirty. Sorry if I missed y'all's messages. Dude, you're down. What are you going in super heavy gaming? Come on. Man, she's being dirty, isn't she? One mini. Woo. Yeah, you got to be careful in this nighttime with those minis, dude. Those minis will get you in trouble quick. To me, I think if you're going to do that in the nighttime, I'd rather get in a trade and just add. So the 25 up here will be my line in the sand on this trade. If you pull fib on this, I don't want it back over the 50% mark. And that's sitting at the 28. We've been practicing gold trades, so if you see me switch over and the charts look different, that's because it's gold. You can do it, gold. You can do it. Come on. I'm still watching my short in the whatchamacallit over here. MNQ. We're just looking for 5 points on gold. Come on. Get up there, little guy. There she goes. Oh, she's so close. Give me the 5-point gold sell. There we go. Bang, bang. All right. Back to the NQ. Woo. Were you talking about for the gold or the NQ? Which one? Which one going? Yeah, this is live. Only trade the live. Oh, yeah, the gold. Yeah, that is something I've been practicing with Methodical Man for a little while. So basically what it is, you're just buying the lows of the previous candles. And it's only 1 micro. I haven't got to the point where I take it a lot. So basically all you're doing is just looking for a low of the candle. So it would have been off of this candle here. So it's a 3 candle setup, 1, 2, 3, and your entry would have been here at 64. This would have been another one right here, even though I'm not sure. Did that give you 5 points? Yep, that would have gave you 5 points. Actually, that gave you 3 back-to-back winners. Look, let's see. We can level them out here real quick for you. Look, you would have had an entry here. The pullback would have been on this candle right here. And so 5 points. Then you would have took another trade. Your next entry would have been right here. You did sit through a little bit of drawdown. Did it go? That would have been a little on the iffy side, but eventually it did go way up. But we entered on this candle here. That was our gold entry. So now we're over we're at 253 if we close the current candle. And that was adding another $50 from the gold trade on that. Those are the last ones over there. And I think we're going to target the 80s because, like I said, it's going to get iffy once you get down to the 70s to the 60s here. Is that what you're mainly trading, Gone, is gold? What's up, Tom? You said we have a big NQ bear flag at the moment. What's up, Super Sports? How are you doing? We could possibly get the push down to 867. If we get it pushed down to 867, I may even look for a long off of 67. Back up off 67. Like a little filler trade. Just maybe like 3 micros. That's the next pivot down. So a lot of time we like to bounce off those pivots. For anybody that trades pivots here, guys. So big pivot sitting at the 867 there. So on top of all of those candles. So it looks like we're about to, did we hit our target? Yep, we hit our 80. All right, so we're done with that trade. So like I said, we may try a long off of 67 here. Let's see. I don't know if we should take it head on, like put a resting order, or should we just backdoor it? You know what I'm saying? Like let it hit and have a order coming from the backside. And this way you can kind of get an idea where your stop loss is going to need to be. That's the way you know if it breaks it, it breaks it. Or if you believe in the pivots, put it on there. I don't know how much of a trade we'll get. I mean, most of the time you'll at least get a little resistance at the pivots. So I don't know. I may just wait. We may do the back door on it. Let me see if I can get my thing up here real quick. Yeah. We're still about 15 points away. Remember, guys, we start losing that pivot at 67s. I mean, because you got to think, if you look to the left, if you look at the, New York session, by the end of the night, man, this thing could go all the way down to 600, all the way into the London session. Like, I want to say anything below 801, there is nothing holding us up to waterfall down. Dude, did gold just pay again? Oh, yep, right there. That would have been your next gold trade right here. Right there. That would have been your next set of ledges. Look at that. Right on the tick, boy. No drawdown at all. Look at that. 3 candle setup here. So, one low. There's the third one. So, long as that middle one makes a low, you put your entry right there. And you're just looking for 5 points. So, if you feel brave enough to try that. I know Methodical Man was doing this, and he had like 30 straight wins. All right, getting close here. We're going to try to drop it here if it... All right, we're just going to drop it early. If it loses at 67, we'll just close it. The big yellow lines were basically we will not hold that anything lower than that pivot there, guys. So if I feel like if it's going to lose the pivot, we will close our trade. Wish I would have got a little bit better entry, honestly, but man, we're losing. There's another touch of the 67. Like I said, we start losing at 67, I will close my trade. Right now, we're just kind of bouncing off of it. No, come on, hold. It's putting up a fight. There it goes. I would have loved to got a better entry, but come on. We're only looking for 5 points bounce here. It would have been so much better if I had the nerves to put the resting order there because you would already got your 10 points. We're going to have to close our trade, guys. Let's see. We had another one. Shoot, that next one's not till 43. All right, we'll have to close this. All right. Whew. The next one will be 43. That's your next pivot down. If you had the nerves to put it on the pivot, you would have got your 10 points. But I did not. I didn't have the nerves to put it on there. Let's see if we get back above there. How much did we lose on that trade? About $60. It was just like a little 5 to 10 point, like looking for a quick bounce off the pivots. That's why I said that we will close it if that it was only if that level holds. Most of the time we hold those pivots and we have a big, huge pullback. But you know, like anything, nothing's 100%. So basically what it is, it's basically you're hitting all this consolidation period here around the 67. Then your next one down is 42. And that one's from yesterday. All right, we're just going to sit here and just wait and see what kind of pullback we get. So I feel like I'm over trading a little bit. There's another pivot sitting here at 42. You can see we had a lot of consolidation here earlier. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 candles stacked up in this area here. The RSI is at 20. Is that, I don't follow the SRI. Does that mean we're kind of getting into oversold? It says I'm up 800. Nice, man. Man. If we lose the 39, I mean, you would think that we get a nice little dump below the 39s. It said, yeah, the 20 to 40s looks bearish. The 60 to 80s is bearish. Over 80, bought 20. Nice. Okay. That's on the SRI charts. We get through the 39s, you should see a nice little push down here. I would think we'd at least get down to the 25s. I almost feel like we need to retest that pivot up there at the 67s. What is that server? About to have a new 5-minute candle here. Right now on the Rico candles, we're kind of following that 9 EMA down at 54. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle. What time is it? Oh. I'm wondering if we get another retest of the pivot up here. And that would be at that 67 area. Yeah, we're going to try to do a elusive giveaway in a little. What time? It's 8:11. Okay, yeah, we'll do one in a little bit. I lost track of time. We lose those 39s, guys. We could sell pretty hard. All right, let me see about starting that real quick. Let me see. Let me go to Streamlabs and start that. Let me see if I can find the giveaway here. Chat box. Yes. Yeah, because that's the only place I have whatchamacallit at. I just got to find my little giveaway thing. I thought it was... There it is. All right, what time is it? 8:45. All right. All you have to do is put in... Let me make sure I got the right lobby. Oh, you're in the wrong lobby, Methodical Man. Wrong lobby there, sir. Let's see. See if it gives me a ticket there. Yep. All right, just go to the horizontal screen and just put in exclamation Husk, and it'll give you a ticket. And this is only going to be for 30 minutes, so around the 9:45, we'll pick a winner. All right, all you got to do is put in exclamation Husk if you want to enter a chance to win on the horizontal for a free elusive 50K pro account. And you think if you pass that, guys, that's like getting a free funded account if you pass it. You have to do it in the horizontal. Horizontal page. I don't have, guys, if you're in the vertical one, I don't have Streamlabs for my vertical. You have to do it in the horizontal page. So if you go to my main YouTube page where you're watching, there should be two different lives. That's because it's in the horizontal page. I'm not able to get Streamlabs in both. Yeah, you should if you put exclamation Husk in there. Let me see real quick. Here's both pages. If you're in the vertical, it won't show up. You have to go to this page right here where you got the full screen. Is it in the vertical? I don't know. Which one are you watching, Methodical Man? So maybe it's in the vertical page then. Shoot. Maybe it's one of those things where I started the vertical first, like you tell me sometimes it does that. Okay, so I guess it's in the vertical screen then. Shoot, I didn't know that. I thought I was in the vertical chat here. Oh, okay. I don't even know how I got it on the vertical page then. All right, so guys, it's in the vertical stream. Didn't even realize it. Nice little order block here. So I said it more likely if we lose those 39s, guys, we're going to have a nice dump there. So those 39s lost and it was dump fest. Okay, so it is in the vertical screen. I don't even know how it got over to the vertical screen, honestly, because usually my Streamlabs is only on the horizontal. That's weird. Interesting. So if you're on YouTube, guys, I mean TikTok, if you go to, you have to go to my YouTube page where I my vertical one, because I only have Streamlabs on there because I don't pick the winners. I let Streamlabs picks the winners. So you want to look for live trading futures vertical under Husk Williams. Same name as the TikTok. It's just on YouTube. And just put an exclamation Husk and it'll give you a ticket. Where's my thing at? So right now there's only 5 people that entered. So good odds so far. I guess many people don't win or enter. I need to figure out how to do the TikTok giveaways. I don't know how to do those. It just started a server. I mean, I'll give you time to get over there to enter. I mean, we can always extend it if we have to. Oh, my butt is already. I tried to get this on both, but it didn't work. So it looks like we have, my name don't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So. Excuse me. How do you get a ticket for the giveaway? Just exclamation Husk in the YouTube lobby vertical. $37 will be the line in the sand on my runner here, guys. Thanks. Nice. Once I saw us push back up there and hold the bottom of this this breaker block here, this order block up at the 37, and we have a previous day pivot there also at 37, 39. So that's why I was like, okay, we're going to take that short. We were just trying to get the better of the entry. It's the 50K Pro. Let me look it up real quick just to be on the positive side. I mean, either way, if you pass it, man, it's like, what is it? It's still a funded account if you pass it. So it's like getting a free funded account if you can pass. So let's see here. It is a 50K elusive pro eval. Yeah, so it's the 50K pro. Then we will do the giveaway here. Like I'll put my email in the chat and I'll have you send me an email with only you know what's in there. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 people have entered, so very good odds for you guys who have entered. Okay, nice server. Well, you got to enter, methodical man. You got to put your name in the pot. Yeah, nice on getting your funded today. I'm gonna start trading my funded with them tomorrow. I'm hoping, if depending on what price action does tomorrow. First of all, we're gonna look for a Bewley trade tomorrow, and then we're gonna look for the the elusive trade. Woo. I don't know. Do y'all think we get back through that order block there? Or is that hold? It's like we've got a big pivot sitting there too on top of those order blocks. Man, you would think that 37, 30, the 40s areas would hold. And it's almost like we're making another little consolidation order block here where you got those two candles just kind of stacked on top of each other. Ooh, does it get through there? All right. Got to make sure I'm watching my TikTok page because a lot of times they will end that. Well, come on. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right now, only 7 people have entered the drawing, so very good odds for the 7 people have entered. And what do we got? 15 minutes left. 14 minutes. Ooh. All right, we're about to run into the 21 EMA on the Rico candles here, so you might see a little resistance here. Then if we break through there, your next push back up is going to be that other pivot while ago, guys, that we talked about back up to 67 here. Let me make sure I'm on that because that could be a nice reversal area. It's in the other lobby, Chris. It's in the vertical screen. So I must have started the vertical screen first because Methodical Man told me his does that too. So it seems like when you're connected to Streamlabs, so whatever one you start the live with first, Streamlabs will be doing that one. I guess I've always hit the horizontal first and I've always hit the vertical second. And I guess I must have hit the vertical first tonight because this is the first time I've ever have realized that the Streamlabs was posting with the chatbot in my vertical page. So never seen that before. That's why this whole time I kept thinking it's like Streamlabs was in my horizontal page. So at least I know. Let me show you where you need to go. So if you go to my page, you'll see either vertical or the trading futures in NASDAQ live. And you want to go to the one that says live trading futures vertical. And that's where you would put in your exclamation HUS for the enter for the elusive account. Ooh, does this hold? We didn't break above this consolidation right here. If you kind of put your little idiot box back through there. Let's see, what are we up tonight so far? That last trade, we lost a little bit because we lost that one earlier. So we were at 250. We took that smaller loss back up here. Then we took this little winner here. So that pushed us back up to 232 for the night so far. On the so there you go, Chris. All right, I'm gonna put my email in there too, and that way when it's time, this is the email. Whoever wins will. Like I said, I'm kind of looking for that retest of that 67 up there. I mean, we're building a nice little bear flag here too, guys. So, I mean, the shorts. Man, it's like, does this bear flag break? What worries me if I try to jump in short, this thing ends up pushing all the way back up to the 67. And I'm already kind of over my at nighttime gold. Like I said, a lot of times we're just looking to try to just get 1 to 150 in the nighttime. I would prefer to see a 67 bounce. All right, let me find my page. All right, as right now we have 9 tickets because I entered 2. I was just making sure it was working. So if for some reason it draws my name, we'll just draw again. And I'll do the drawings live on here. So you will see me submit ticket where it picks it. So, you know, like I said, Streamlabs picks the winner. No. No, no more methodical, man. You gonna be double dipping over here, methodical? That sounds like that's. I can just picture methodical man double dipping. I know that's. I can even already kind of picture what he's thinking over there. I don't even gotta. I just have that feeling. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Guys, if you got multiple accounts, enter multiple times. Oh, shoot. We got a nice little trend line breakout possibly, man. If we can start pushing down, break this trend, get back below this previous low candle, it would look even a lot better if we could hit that 67 up there. But I'm not sure if we get through this. Does this hold here? We've had a pretty massive sell-off, so you would think. You have to go to the YouTube vertical page to enter. So if you go over to the YouTube page and go to the one that has live trading futures vertical and just enter there, and it'll give you a ticket. And it's under the same name as my TikTok, just Husk Williams. Let me see how much time's left on this here. There is 5 minutes left. And we can always extend it to, I mean, you know, I don't want to sit there and do it over and over, but we can extend it a few minutes if we have to. What's up, Tori? How are you doing? Is the Tory Trade 10 lines, is that the name that's usually in Methodical Man's lobby? I feel like I've heard Methodical say that name before for some reason. What's up, Seminole? Oh, that's Coach Fred. Oh, okay. I remember Coach Fred. Now that Coach Fred changed his names to Tory Trades 10 lines? Or is that an odd account, like a secondary account? Tory Trades 10 lines. Oh, goodness. It's an alt account? Okay. Oh, that's your third account. Oh, this is your third account. All right, here comes that 67, guys. Remember, we said that we could possibly get a little retest of that 67. That is back to that previous pivot that we broke. So let's see if we can pop that thing. Only 6 entries. Did you enter Seminole? Ooh, we're breaking that too, guys. Man, do we all right, 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. Man. So 78 is your 50 EMA on my Rico candles, so you should see some resistance here at 58. I mean 78, sorry, 78. There's the resistance at 78 that we were preferring. I wasn't sure how many points it would pull back. I just know anytime we run into those EMAs on my Rico candles, there's always some kind of pullback resistance. If we're going to continue higher, we got to stay above the 67s. We still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. All right, 2 minutes left, guys. 2 minutes for the giveaway for 50K Elusive accounts pro. And the good thing about Elusive, guys, if you pass it, that's a funded account. So you have to really look at it like that. So a past Elusive account is a funded account because it's just a one-time entry. What's up, Fish Lips? How are you doing tonight? For some reason, Fish Lips, the giveaway is in the vertical tonight. I guess I must have... Methodical Man has told me about this. If he says, because it does it to him, he says if you start your vertical screen first, for Streamlabs will post in that chat. But I guess this is the first time I've ever started the vertical first and not realizing it. And this whole time I thought the chat on my bottom was my horizontal, but the whole time it was the vertical chat. So. We're down to the last minute, guys. So hopefully you jumped in there. We're down to the seconds, and there's like 26 entries. Actually 25 because my name's in there once, and we won't use my name. I was just making sure it worked. Semino, did you want to jump over there and jump in Semino Trades? I don't know if you did or not. Yeah, that Keith, that 67 is a pivot. You had a pivot at 67, and at 78 you had a 50 EMA. Down bad. Did you want to? I can resume for a few more minutes if you want to. If you go to the vertical screen, we're doing a. We were doing a giveaway for Elusive, for 50K Elusive accounts. Just draw my name already. All right. Yep. Just put an exclamation Husk down bad. You go to the YouTube vertical page, trader. So if you go over to my YouTube channel, it'll be this live trading futures vertical. All right. Soon as trader gets over here and does this, we'll close it. Semino Trader. You want to look for the one that says live trading futures vertical. Right now we have 26 tickets, so very good odds. Very good odds for a winner. Let me know when you got over there and entered so that we can close it, trader. Exclamation Husk. You can see Noah, the last one to enter. Okay. Okay, got his ticket. Let's see. Let me look for my vertical screen so I can see. Make sure it can see in my vertical here. Okay. You can see there's 28 people that entered, and it should put the winner right here above my little face right here. Close entries. All right. And pick winner. So it looks like someone named Pikes, or in chat named Pikes, or looks like it. If I'm saying that correctly. Is it? That's not pickle and got no C in it. All right. All right, let me put my email address in there. All right, you need to send me an email, please. And you're going to tell me in the chat what's like what maybe use some numbers, what numbers you put in the email. Oh no, you're good, Noah. All right. Waiting on the email. Whew. Let me go to my thing. Did you send the email already? Is that a yes? No? Pike? Oh, just sent. Okay. All right. All right. It should have just went through Pike. Yeah, we just traded eval today since we kind of joined in late. So I got to get all my freaking things back down here. It should be under the reply. I sent it again. It should be within that same email that you just sent. Okay, you see it in a reply. It's probably in there twice. All right. Ooh, do we finally break this little trend line break here? We got 20 minutes for a new candle. Kind of waiting to see if we're going to break. I mean, we have a nice 5-minute trend line. I just don't know if we break this candle here. What time? Oh man, we got 5 minutes to the top of the hour. This is usually a good time for a breakout in 5 more minutes. Get that top of the hour breakout. The one pet that we carried to the vet today, Fish Lips, was she was getting her teeth clean. That's why I wasn't able to trade this morning, because she had to be there by 8:30 this morning. And that's usually what time, my window trading starts for the New York session is 8:30. So all right. Got about 2.5 minutes before the top of the hour. 67 will be my line in the sand, guys, because that's where that pivot is. So if I see us getting back above 67, I will close my thing. Your odds are still powerful tonight. Nice. All right, and this is just a three micro trade, guys. So 3 micros here. Just trying to add to our winner. I think we're up, I want to say 232. Yeah, we're up 232 so far tonight. Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas. Oh, don't. It's gonna hold off to the top of the hour. So if I feel like we're gonna get back above this big orange dotted dot slash line here, that's my line in the sand. Yeah, pretty much everybody that lives here in this area is pretty much from a different place. Nobody's from this area. Everybody's moved here. The only people that's from here is probably the next set of kids that are probably born here. Yeah, Fish Lips, we took no funded trades today. I figured since, yeah, pretty much the Wally world. So nobody's from this area, man. They all have moved here because of that. Well, not everybody, but most people. Either that or the university. You know, a lot of people move here because of the university. Whoa, man, that was the top of the hour candle. I may have to close this. Hold up. Wow. That dirty hourly candle got me, guys. We were on the wrong side of the hourly candle there. Come on. This thing just going to push up to just to dump back down. You know that thing's going to do some dirty stuff like that. All right, sit to the side for a minute. 850's paying. Oh, and this was the start of the 4-hour candle also, guys. I mean, we still have yet to break above the 67. You'd almost need to see a print above the 67 here. And that's back above that pivot. So you still got about 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a very nice area here, trades. We got a single higher all night. Right now, guys, we're just kind of sitting on the sideline. We thought we would be on the right side of that hourly candle. I knew the hourly candle was coming, so I was just hoping I was on the right side of it. We were not. We got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. So hopefully in this next 5-minute candle, we can see if we're going to stay below the pivot or if we're going to stay above like the little 5-minute trend line to pop to the upside. Because right now, the Rico candles look like they're trying to push up. But technically, if I'm trading off my Rico candles, I should still be looking for shorts. Oh, dirty candle, guys. What is that? Almost a, 25-point wick on that crap? That is just dirty. That's the only thing about nighttime, man. That hourly candle, you get caught up in there. You get that quick wick one way or the other. So you just got to hope that you're on the right side of that wick. All right. 40 seconds. So we should get some kind of idea what area we're going to push. For shorts, you want to see kind of like a little wick into this pivot here. Then for the move back down. If it starts pushing through the pivot, I'm not sure because I don't know how comfortable I would feel unless this body of this candle can close above the 70s here. All right. That 60 level, that's where Oh, you're shorting, Patrick? I'm sitting on the sidelines because I'm not really sure what's going to happen with here. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still kind of sitting on the fence. I was waiting to see what's going to happen with this pivot area. Because a lot of times if we stay within side of the pivots, you'll either get the push down to the next set of pivots to the downside. What happened, Ray? I'm not sure what you're referring to. They're good. We're at the week. What about the weekly PIV DH or DV? I know what'll happen if I try to short. This thing will just rip back up. This is kind of what we were looking for earlier. Got one more candle to print here in like 1 more minute. So hopefully that'll leave a little bit on the table. I mean, we had a nice little 5-minute trend line here to the upside. I mean, big old freaking bear flag here. 40 seconds left. Oh, this is the today's mid sessions right here. Okay. What's the actual number? The 50 or the 40s area of fish lips? Is it the 40, actual 40? Looks like there was some kind of like yesterday pivot area in that area. Looks like a lot of consolidation there around the 40s. $53. All right. Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button. I did. I meant to hit the sell. I meant to hit the sell button. I hit the freaking buy button. We'll just use that 53 as our stop loss. This way we're only in it for $60. And we're just in this for 3 micros. Everybody kind of has to have their own risk management. You know, whatever your risk management is on your account. I'm trading on a 25K, so I can't trade super heavy. So this is why most of my trades are always 2-3 micros for most part. Let's see where we're at. We lost about $100 on that last trade. It knocked us back down to 250. I mean 155. $1 million. All right, we're going, like I said, we're just going to stick our. We still just have 1 micro left. If we can hit our target, that'll push us back over the 200 again. That's targeting those lows. Oh, my back. So Fish Lip said the midpoint of the day is sitting at 53, guys. So we'll probably use that 53 as our stop loss for the runner. And plus we'll be right above the 21 EMA. I won't hold it back up this far. Like I said, probably the 52 will be my line in the sand here. 52, 53. So if it does get any farther back up in those levels, we will close our trade on this runner, because we can always re-enter and get a better trade. I have the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA sitting at 52. So I would think that we would run into resistance at 53, the 52, 53 area. Oh. We're losing our level here, guys. Losing our level. So, So maybe closing our runner here. So is that 6108? Is that right there at the top of that leg right there? Or is the bottom of this the 6108 Fish Lips? Yep, never mind. I see what you're saying. That might be at the bottom. All right, I guess we're closing this. No go for the runner, guys, and no go for the runner. All right. All right, ended up closing the runner. All right, right now we're at 150 for the evening, so pretty much fairly close to back to where we started. Lost my one page here. Fish Lips, have you been taking any trades tonight? Or have you been sitting on the sideline? Man, you're at $500 already? Heck yeah. Oh, excuse me. Man, I feel like we have a long ways to the downside that we could go. I'm not understanding what you're asking, Pike. You said, so to be clear, I still need to buy the account. No, it's a free account if you put in that promo code that I sent you. It's 100%. So if you copy paste that whole code, you have I think you have to put Husk in there with it. Is that right, Fish Lips? Do you have to put that whole like Husk plus that little code in there for it to activate, Fish Lips? No one else has had any, I guess, issues using it. And you got to make sure it's the 50K Pro account, Pike. So you got to make sure you're selecting the right account. Correct. You're welcome. We're just on the runner here, guys. So we'll see if we can actually make. I don't think we've made anything off our runners the last couple runs. If we get our runner, it should push us back over $200. We're at what, 165, 170 now. Oh, nice. I plan on trading my elusive funded tomorrow, fish lips. So we're going to see if we can at least get like $100 trade, or at least between 75 and 150. We're going to try to build us a little buffer before we get too aggressive with it. And that'll be the funded elusive, because we passed the eval last week. So we have our number one uno elusive funded account. First one. Yeah, those first, if you can get those first two, like if you haven't used elusive yet, they have those is that the 50Ks fish slip? Oh, you need on the 50Ks funded? Okay. I think it's $100 on the 25K. What's up, To Save a Nation? How are you doing this evening? Yeah, I'm going to try to start building me a little buffer. I like to get up to about that $500. So it's kind of like I'm hoping Wednesday I finally get my freaking Bulenox account back, man. That thing's been locked up for 2 weeks, man, since that mistake we made with the email. How do you failed too many evals? Like they stopped you from buying more evals to save? Oh, too much gambling FOMO. Nice. Woof. I'm hoping you're at least doing that on some cheaper evals to save. Like, I hope you were buying those 90% off sales that we've had for the last few months. Okay. Hmm. Well, there's always Bulenox cheap accounts. You can get those for $15 right now to Save the Nation. For 25Ks. I want to say the 50Ks are 19. If you're looking for cheap accounts, they're a little bit more expensive on the back end, but they don't really have no rules as long as you stay within the 40% consistency rule. Let's see. There you go. They're 89% off, and they don't have they're pretty much like the Wild Wild West, man. You don't have to worry about all them crazy rules. You know, you don't have to worry about. It's just pretty straightforward. But like I said, it is a little bit more on the back end, but it's fairly cheap on the front end. Uh, yeah, they give payouts every Wednesday. If you hit your payout, you just got to request it by 12 o'clock midnight, and it should be in your checking account by the following Wednesday. Like I'm expecting a payout from them this week myself. See, I got $53,600. I was supposed to be getting $1,000 payout from them this Wednesday, and then I'll have two accounts within $1,000 for two more payouts. Hopefully this month sometime. So that's going to be my goal for this month. I've never heard of them blocking you. I mean, at least none of the people, I mean, there's plenty of people that trade, with me and just throughout the lobbies and other lobbies that I know of that use Bulanox. And so, okay, so you finally got your payout approval. Nice, fish lips. All right. Are we going to get our... I feel like this thing has a good ways to the downside, especially if we lose the 80s. There's nothing holding us up below the 80s here. I mean, I don't know if we get down there to the 80s, but if we do, there's not a lot down there holding us up. That's that big move to the upside that we had this morning. It also depends on where you trade on Noah. They're a Ripnik account, so I use Ripnik to trade on Ninja. I'm going to start a Take Profit Trader account tomorrow too, because that's what I was going to try after we finish our Luciv. We're just going to stick with our one Luciv funded plus, our other ones, and we want to start working on a Take Profit Trader funded. I've never had a funded account with Take Profit Trader, but I really don't ever use them either. But we're gonna give it a whirl. Nice. All right, so that pushed us back over the $200 again, back up to 225, 223. So kind of been going back and forth over this last $100. So we got up 250, went back down in the 100s, back over the 200s, back below the 200s. So these last few trades have been kind of going back and forth. I have never used TradingView to trade, so I don't really have any experience with that. So I couldn't tell you good or bad. So I don't know anything about trading on TradingView. The only two charts that I've really have put time in trading is probably Tradeovate and Ninja, and I dabbled with Quantower. I struggle anytime I try to use Quantower. I'm sorry, Fez. Family, I didn't see your message there. It says, do you prefer ticks over seeing the currency better? This is the futures market, so I don't think this is a money market. And we're on a 5-minute time frame. Oh man, do we get one more push down here? Let's pull fib and see what the 50% mark is here. No, we're not. I might have missed y'all's. Oh, you're saying no, we're not. We're probably not going to get another push down. Okay. Oh, okay. That's okay. What is it on? What was it on? I don't even maybe pay attention to it. Does it only ticks how many points I'm getting? Let me see. I don't even know what it's even on. I don't even think I ever pay attention to it. Okay, so it's on ticks. Yeah, it's on ticks. Yeah, probably the ticks. What's up, Easy? Easy. Yeah, I misunderstood the question. Sorry about that, family. I think I used to have the money on there, and I think I changed that a while back because I want to say you change it in this little ATM strategy right here in the where you can do currency or ticks, and we always do ticks. Woohoo! Of course, that went the right way on the sim account. That last trade I entered was on a sim account because I was seeing like what it was. Because like I said, I hardly ever pay attention to it a lot of times. All right, we're at the 50% of the leg. If the bear is going to stay in control, they need to hold the 50 here. Fish lips, we will definitely be here for the opening in the morning. So trying to find our 3-point trade, or I mean our 3 micro trade for the 120 bucks. If I can get 8 more winners at 120 bucks, that'll be another $1,000 payout, fish lips. So we just need 8 more winning trades of the 120 bucks. Maybe 9. Yep, I may have to do 9. Be 9 trades. So what that box is, it is something that I'll be using in the morning. So what that is, that's a 4-hour candle. So 4-hour candle. So a lot of times in the morning, whenever I'm trading, I'm looking for us to run a previous hourly candle or a 4-hour candle. So as you can see, this morning on this 15-minute trade, we ran the previous hourly candle before we blasted back up to run the top of this next 4-hour candle. But we didn't run the bottom of this 4-hour candle. But this is the way I can see what the higher time frames are doing without flipping around on charts and stuff like that. So it just makes it easier for me in the morning, because when you're trading the opening, it's happening so fast, man. You just got to be on top of it. You got like just milliseconds of just trying to make the decision to which direction you're going to go. And like I said, I love trading the opening. It's my favorite thing to trade. A little over 2 years, Collins. All right, so we're back to that pivot again, guys. Does the pivot hold? And we broke over 50% of that leg. Dude, that pivot's been a magnet. What's up, Futures Trader? Future Trader, how was your free elusive accounts going from last week? Are you still got it, or did the free account get you? I know anytime that I ever get a free account, I hardly ever have passed it. I always blow up the free account, guys. Like, I don't know what it is about a free account, but it just does not last. And I think just because I know I have no money tied to it, I'm just like, screw it. Full port. Still working on it? Nice. Heck yeah. You'll have to let me know if you get that funded. That'd be awesome. Boner. All right, here comes the 22 here. Let's see. Or 67. What time is it, guys? Shoot, it's already, what, 10:40. Whew. It's going good tonight so far. Back below 67, we'll just close this. Like I said, I'm only staying this if that holds. Oh, damn it. It didn't hold either for me. Give it a little bit here. Let's see if it bounces back up here. Because we could go all the way back down off this pivot. Okay. We need to have that pivot hold at 67. We done played this level I don't know how many times tonight, it seems like. Technically, looking at my Rico candles, we're still, we haven't really crossed over. I was supposed to, yeah, we could easily push all the way back down to the 47, 48s here. Uh-oh. If we can't reclaim that 67, we're probably going back down. Got to reclaim the 67. I only have about $50 more that I'm willing to risk on this trade. Oh, that was dirty. I swear I think this is about the third time that it seems like I bought the top tonight. All right, that was a retest of your 9 EMA and your 50 EMA on my Rico candles. Oh, it's an eval, man. We don't stress our evals, man. No stress at all, guys. No stress. Oh, nice. Dude, Methodical Man killed it tonight. Come on. Which indicator are you talking about? All right, we got about 30 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. Ten seconds. 10 seconds. Maybe this next little 5-minute candle at least give me a pop to get out of these first set of contracts. Then after that, I don't really care what happens. Shoot, man, we're still getting stuck at that pivot. Ugh. Let's see here. Let me take all this stuff off here so you can see what I'm looking at here. What it is, we're trading around this pivot right here, guys. That's all of the noise that we're running into right here off of this pivot. All right, what do we want to shoot for? Maybe 90? We'll just do 90 here. Actually, we'll do 85. That'll be the top of that wick there. And we'll just do the bottom of this candle here. So we're still in this trade for 20 bucks basically. Ooh, my eyes are getting heavy. All right, guys, this is definitely going to be the last trade of the night. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to get up there. We will be back for the New York opening. Oh, you said get out and it'll push. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't run the low of this candle here from this first candle that we pushed down. So hopefully the bulls will still be in control. Even though I know we could go back down there and kind of tickle that 50. Oh, goodness. It did run the 75 though, fish, so it could hit that 50 again. 53 is where I see it could be pushing here. 53. That's where the 21 EMA is. At the 53. Bounce. Is my 21 EMA going to hold? Yeah, that 53 is so close. I was trying to be right under that 53 level. So what it is, these levels that I'm looking at to the right of me are off of my Rico candles. And so the Rico candles most of the time will respect the EMAs. So this is why I said that more likely we're probably going to bounce here at the 53s because the Rico candles are kind of starting to kind of trend up. And the 9 EMAs already kind of got over the 50 EMA. So now we're just kind of waiting for that 21 to cross, and it should change the trend level a little bit, the trend direction a little bit. Yeah, I like Rico candles, man. It kind of takes a lot of the noise. I mean, I don't know if you'll get this second push down there. The second push is probably going to stop you out, but that first stop, oh. Yeah, so let's see. Let me turn that off here. So I just pretty much had it sitting right under the 9 EMA on the Rico candles. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. I think it depends on what account you get a user. I think on one of their evals, I know you're only allowed to do 50%. So you have to spend 2 days passing it. So you're not allowed to get over 50%. They do have a consistent. You'll just have to read the rules. I know there's like 2 or 3 different type of accounts. So when you're looking at that little page, it tells you the rules. All right, looks like we're about to get stopped out here on our runner. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be it for me today. For this evening. I'm sorry, not today, but this evening. So did we actually lost a little money, even though we're green. At one time we were up 250, 260 bucks. So we did lose, what, about 25, 30 bucks because we took a couple losses here and there. We were kind of stuck between that 150 to 250 because, you know, we were taking quite a bit of trades on the eval. So, but at the end of the day, guys, remember, we're not over leveraged, so it doesn't really hurt too bad to take a loss if you have to take a loss. There's no such thing as a 100% win rate in trading. So, at least not for me, there's not. You know, if you are one of those people, congrats. You know, some people do get those big, long winning streaks. Not moi. Thank you guys all for watching and subscribing tonight, and everyone have a wonderful evening. And like I said, we will be back in the morning. Thanks, Down Bad. Have a great evening. All right.